So earlier today, I woke up with a dream, and the dream was like I was in a room of full of babies, full of babies, and a lot of like I felt like I was in a pediatric ward, and out of nowhere I was brought home to our old home in the Philippines, and it felt familiar, and and then somehow like I saw in the window, when I looked out on the window, there was a bathtub or a pool of orange fluid, and it was overflowing. Like it was really just overflowing, and it was not like water, it was thick, like lava thick or something like that. So yeah, so what's the reason of sharing this part of the dream that I have today? Well, the reason is like I feel like you are like I'm feeling what you're feeling, like inside you have this overflowing emotions, overflowing ideas, overflowing creativity that's waiting to be released. But because of your conscious, rigid mind, you are controlling it. So, yeah, and because it was a room full of babies, just the fact that it was a pediatric ward, it's like beginnings. Babies are new beginnings, new, like they represent precious naivety, pure soul. So it means like it's calling you and me to listen to the purest of our souls. I know it's deep, I know it's like what I you don't look like you're talking such stuff, Michelle. But seriously, yeah, like I don't ignore my dreams, I don't ignore my visions, I don't ignore my daydreams, I don't ignore my fantasies. I respect them instead, because back then it was like I ignore and shrug them off because I feel like these are woo-woo stuff. But because of everything that's happened to me, and because of my field of work, because I write crazy stories, so that's why I trust them. Okay, so I learned how to work with these things instead of working against them. And so going back to the dream, it's like a feeling that my conscious brain, the fact that my conscious brain still remembers the dream, then as I said in my videos, it's like the energy spent on the unconscious and the subconscious are strong enough to push the energy to the conscious brain, that my conscious brain could still remember details. Okay, and what it's telling me is that like it doesn't exclude me. Okay, the fact that I'm dreaming this, it's like I'm part of this, I'm part of the collective, and you are part of the collective too. We are one community, and we are one. Okay, and because you're watching me then because you're watching me, you're listening to this, I feel like there's no such thing as coincidence, although you might doubt about it because wow, it's just a coincidence. But like universe will tell you stuff, little things here and there, and it's up to you to really believe in it or just shrug it off as coincidence. But the fact that you've seen this, that you are watching this video, or the fact that you're here with me listening to me, that means a lot, because you're meant to hear this. You're meant to hear this message, and you're meant to listen to the babies. You're meant to care about the baby in you, the baby. Okay, spirit, yeah. So there was a hawk. Yeah, stuff like that. Like magical things happen if you just learn how to slow down, if you just know how to lean back, sit down and relax, and just sit down with me and listen to me and bear with me. And yeah, so with the dream, because it's like baby, it's like calling us, you and me, okay, you and me, to look into the purest of our souls. And what is then, like, how can we access the purest of our souls? That means being able to distinguish ourselves from our ego, okay? And ego is our self-protection mechanism to protect us. Well, self-protection mechanism to protect, of course, to protect us from anything, from danger, emotional threat, from physical threat, from whatever threats and harm that are that we think is coming to us. So we protect ourselves, okay? So, and it can manifest in how we behave, how we protect ourselves from, how we defend ourselves when we disagree on something. Let's say we have a conflict and all, instead of accepting the point and being able to welcome constructive criticism, you defend yourself. Like, you become defensive. You become, instead of just accepting it, welcoming it, and evaluating it, sitting down with it, you react. You react like, yeah. So that's the reason why I shared the previous videos, where it's really important for you and me to be able to individuate. And by the way, I want to correct myself there. So, like, individuation is Carl Jung's term to describe our ability to see our lives from the bird's eye view, okay? And by doing this, it's like what we're doing right now, because I have no scripts. This is like live impromptu shadow work doing with you. And I have, by the way, I have my lapis lazuli because this is a stone for writers, stone for intuitives, stone because I love stones. I have rose quartz, I have crystals, I have all that crap. It's not really crap, you know, like people say it's crap, but yeah, like I love collecting stuff, and I love, like, because I'm working with energies. I'm navigating my life around my energies, around feelings. So that's why I really learn how to trust my feelings, my thoughts, and allowing them to navigate them without really messing up my life, you know. Because the reason why people say that we can't follow our feelings, because these feelings are not rooted, are not grounded. That's why we're not really able to manifest things accordingly. That's why we make wrong decisions. That's why we make impulsive decisions, because our emotions are not grounded enough to direct the energy to the right direction, to the right path. And because we're not grounded, they're just overflowing. Your emotions are just everywhere, all over the place. And because I have a Scorpio moon, so it's easy, like I can be like that. But I learned that it's not really healthy to be all over the place. It's not healthy to just be emotional and be overflowing with this fluid, this thick, juicy fluid thing that comes out of this pool, okay? And although we recognize, I hope that you do recognize the overflowing river of your imagination, creativity, artistic genius. And because it's like also in the pools, it's like contained. So yeah, like it was like a concrete pool. Yeah, concrete. Yeah, it was. I couldn't see it if it was tiled or not, but it was just concrete, and it was just overflowing there. So it's like you and me, or maybe you, because I also feel like this. Like I have so much ideas in my head. I have so much, like right now, like as I'm talking to you, there's so much stuff going on in my head, but my mouth is so uncooperative to really make sense of out of anything, out of what I've seen, what I've been seeing and hearing right now. And what I'm seeing right now is like the image of the dream, like being able to recognize these elements in a way that you can understand, and why is it there, okay? And also I'm sharing this with you because I feel like this is like you I feel like this is like about being able to feel safe, because like I know like you don't feel safe to feel your emotions, you don't feel safe to follow your visions, you don't feel entirely safe to trust your dreams. And that's why like I feel compelled to sit down with you and tell this part of the dream, because like it helps you, or it will help you somehow. Like I don't know how exactly this will help you, but I feel compelled to share this with you. So that's like, yeah, the sense of it. And just so you know, like I just woke up and I forgot my coffee. Wait. So as I was saying, where was I again? Yeah, I just woke up from mid-afternoon, midday rest, because like in the morning I was just writing the manuscripts, and I'm writing draft number 5 of my upcoming LGBT novel, and it was just like I'm dealing with a lot of words, okay? And because of that, it's like, okay, now I have to ground myself and center and really have to sleep and rest after doing that, because my mind is just so chaotic. And right now I feel calm enough to tell you what this dream is about, and at the same time I feel lighter now that I'm able to share this with you with my coffee. And although it's just, this is the raw of me. I just woke up, so, and yeah, anyway, so what's the point? So please bear with me. I mean, like, what's the point? Like I said, I feel compelled to share this part of me because not everyone knows that I have this weirdness in me that I've managed and successfully kept hidden for many years. And this is the part of me that not many people know. And this is really well hidden because this is woo-woo stuff. So that means not many people will believe every word that I say, and not every person I meet will be accepting and trusting and welcoming to this kind of world, to my world. And because I'm a fiction writer, I deal with a lot of imagination. I deal with a lot of stretching my boundless creative imagination, and I'm stretched to the point where I would go insane. But you know what, like, even if it's like that, like people around me have their own plans. I have to do this, I have to do, I don't. So that's why I'm sharing these videos with you, because I don't like you to feel like you have to live by these fundamental laws of society. And it's not like I'm encouraging you to not follow rules or whatever, but it's just about being able to create balance between self and others. That's why, like in the previous video where I shared with you a Venn diagram of self and others, being able to distinguish your control zone and your, like, the area where it's outside your control zone, because if you master these energies playing out at the same time, then you will be like me. You'll end up mad. Because now when you master it, imagine you find the balance, okay? Imagine you find the balance between self and others. So now you have this ability to, like, if you make it a habit, Like every day you really consciously make it a habit and ask yourself what happened. So if you have your daily journal, the printout that I made, you can download it. The link is in the description. So if you have it ready, like if you do it daily in your own journal, in your own creative way, because I know you're smart. I mean, you're creative. I can give you guidelines. I can give you guidelines what to do and all, but in the end, it's your modality. You create your own modality. Because I don't want you to be a sheep. I don't want to be a shepherd. I don't want you to just just consume and then okay, not really evaluating, not really being able to exercise your critical thinking. So this is where the balance of quantum and physical world. And I'm now teaching you how to like really master it and simplify it. So because this studying self is so complex that it needs to be simplified in order for you to understand it as a beginner, and you don't feel insecure because you're a beginner and you never have something like this and you feel like a joke. I don't want you to feel like that. So that's why I'm sharing this with you, because like your journey will become meaningful in the long run if only you have someone to look up to. And I feel honored. I feel honored and I feel genuinely honored, and I really appreciate your presence, and I really appreciate you being here listening to me and bearing with my here and there thoughts, because it's just like I don't make scripts. I have plans, like okay, like not really plan. It's like I'm relying on my vision. I'm relying on my dream. Every time I sit down here with you, I'm relying on a vision. I'm relying on a feeling, what I like to talk about, what I like to share with you. All of these things, like, yeah, like there's no planning and all. So that's why you would see that this is so raw, and sometimes it can be chaotic, sometimes it can be going here and there, and yeah. So, but if you stick with me and really truly having that nuggets of wisdom, although it's chaotic, you're able to get something out of it, then I really truly appreciate that you did. And if you do, so I really respect you for that. I really have big respect for you for being here, because not all people are ready to face themselves. Not everyone is ready. Not everyone is ready to face themselves and study themselves in the same passion that you do. So if you if you feel like doing something with yourself, like being able to master your self and others, being able to really master the thin line between the two and being able to find the balance between the two forces, then you will really find the space that you need to, to explore your dreams, to visualize your future. That really speaks from the heart. That's not like, okay, egoistic. So this is now like when you find your true core, like when you find your true soul, your soul, if you really listen to what is in there, then even if you follow your emotions, even if you follow your intuition, it will always, your soul knows where to go. Your soul knows where to go. And that soul belongs to that body, and that body belongs to that soul. So please take care of the vessel. Please take care of the vessel where this soul is living. And for you to really take care of it, then it's time for you to really distinguish the self and others. Because when you find the balance of self, for example, in my case, I became a hermit. Like, if you're asking me how's my life in Germany, I became a hermit. And in that hermit mode, I was able to deep dive with myself in a way that I haven't done in the Philippines, because in the Philippines I was always surrounded by others. There was not a time where I was alone, or even if I was alone, it was limited, and it was like there was still some kind of interruptions and interferences and whatever, like disruptions, and I couldn't really find myself. I couldn't really find that gem that's hiding inside of me. But what I really didn't realize, now that I'm looking back, what I didn't realize is that I wasn't able to access first what is inside here. Okay, so that's why I feel lost. I felt lost, and I couldn't find really why I'm feeling like this, why I have this wild imagination, what's the sense of this. So now, like, being here, being away from my culture, being so away from my culture, and almost you could say like the entire the old self, the life of the old self was completely removed from me. So it was like, although it looks like tragic, but it's a blessing in disguise, because I was able to finally get into myself. And now, years later, I'm teaching the same things with you. And since it helped me, I really do believe that this will help you too, and in a way that you can finally re-examine yourself in a way that you haven't done before. And that's why I'm sharing these videos, sharing these lessons and wisdom with you, because I know that you will need it. You will need them, these nuggets of wisdom, in your daily life as you navigate your uncertain future without really feeling like worried and anxious and insecure, and not really truly believing in yourself, in your true power. And only you can explore. It's not me, okay? Not me. I can tell you, I will encourage you to give it a try, to test the waters, but it's still you who will take the first step. It's still you who will make the bold step, not me. Right? Got that? So if you haven't downloaded the how do you call it, the journal, the wind is really strong. Yes. If you haven't gotten the free journaling worksheet, it's in the link, and yeah, the links are in the description. And if you if you think that you resonate with this episode right now, please let me know in the comment section below. And I thank you for all the likes and whatever, like, engagement that you do in my videos, because I truly appreciate that's energy. When you like my videos, when you leave comments, that's energy shared. Okay, that's your energy shared with me, and I truly appreciate that you did. And every time you leave a comment, every time you like, that's like an energy reciprocated. Okay, I give you my energy and you're giving back this energy. Now it's up to you what kind of energy you will share with me. Hate, love, I don't care. It's none of my business. That's others. My business is my feelings, thoughts, my reaction, my impulses, my whatever. Okay, so I hope that this message resonates with you. And if you have any questions or concerns, don't feel hesitant. Don't be hesitant to leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, I love you so much, and I care for you so much. So that's why you love yourself, you care for yourself. Please do practice self-care, because self-care is a birthright. It's not selfish. Okay, I once believed that self-care is selfish, but now it's a necessity. It's your essential life force. Like, without self-care, then how can you move forward each day, right? Like, healthy and optimum, and that's what I wish for you. Like, you will reach the best version of yourself in the way that your vision, your dreams, and because I believe God will not give you those dreams and visions if they're not meant for you. Okay, always remember that God will not, or the universe, the source, will not give you anything that you cannot handle. It will not give you anything that you cannot handle. He will not give you obstacles, challenges that you cannot overcome. He will not give you this wild, crazy imagination and overflowing juices of emotions if there's no use for it, right? You will not have all this sensitivity just like me. I cursed my sensitivity, but right now it's a blessing. I really believe that this is a blessing for me. So I also wish that for you, that you will see your magical gifts as a blessing instead of a curse and something that's against or something out on the way or whatever. Because you'll never know. You never know what happens if finally your brain, your smarty brain, will finally listen to what's in there. So I hope that you get something from this, and I'll end this episode now. So see you in the next one with love, peace, and harmony with self and others. I love you and I care for you, and see you in the next one. Cheers.